podcast, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Survivor Girl Sunday. So glad that you thriving survivors are hanging out with me tonight. First 3 Sundays of the month, we can hang out here on Survivor Girl Podcast. Always something to talk about, always something new, a lot of self stuff, self love, all that good stuff, self care. But before I get into any of that stuff, I just wanted to go ahead with a disclaimer. First, I wanted to say that I am not able to treat or prescribe or any of that kind of thing. I am not a doctor or a therapist, licensed physician, or any of that. I am just here to share my story, and when I have guests on, for them to share their stories and hope to uplift and inspire others and to let you guys know that you're not alone. So I want to kind of get started off tonight by talking a little bit about last week. We talked about self care, not bullying ourselves. I hope you guys had a great week with that and trying to change your mindset. Maybe checked out the 5 steps or the counting to five with Mel Robbins. That whole thing, the 5 minute rule. I hope you guys were able to check that out and see how maybe that worked out throughout your week. I hope everybody had a great week this past week and were able to get through the things that you maybe have been facing or looking into doing. I'm really excited that I'm able to continue to do this, but this past week was a bit crazy. I had a great week, got ready for farmers market again in the community, excited to be a part of all of that and also to continue to make the items that I make because it helps me. It's my meditation, it's my time to kind of chill. And also, when I'm doing that, it's just I get in a groove and I get to do the things that I love to do. And it really helps out. It makes my heart happy, and I get to meet some really cool people. This past weekend, I got to meet several different people who had stories to tell just by meeting in person at the market, and that's a whole other thing that I truly, truly enjoy being able to do, to get out there and to meet face to face with people and hear their stories. So no matter where I'm at or what I'm doing, I'm hearing their stories, and doing Survivor Girl podcast as well has been also incredible to be able to continue to do this. I know I don't remember what episode I'm on, Tony, over there. I don't pay attention because I'm just excited to be doing it. Oh, 65, old enough to retire, he says. Okay, all right. So I am just pulling up YouTube here in case you guys are tuning in. I try to follow along with you, but I don't really comment on this episode, unlike on Don't Make This Weird, where we do mention everybody who's in chat. So if you ever get a chance and want to come hang out and just have a laugh, join in the conversation, we do that on every Thursday at 8 o'clock. So there's that as well. Other podcasts also that we have going on Strange Friends Media. This is my brain podcast, Tuesday Night Rants, Guitar Fridays, Chill Stream Saturdays. There's always something going on. And don't forget to check out solidstateradio.net. There's a lot of other things that are happening over there on that channel, over in Lapeer at the Lyric Mall. You guys can jump on there. There's podcasts for everybody on there, something for everybody, I'm pretty sure. Plus, there's music. They like to do a lot of local music as well. So I'm glad you guys are tuning in. I know last week I tried to hit hard on trying to figure out what it is that you are striving towards, and trying not to be a bully to yourself, and just getting out of your own way and continuing to move forward with that and whatever it is that you're looking at to do. And I'm hoping that you guys started to kind of look into that and stop doing that. Stop trying to get in your own way. Stop bullying yourself. I hope that you gave yourself some love this week and just embrace who you are. I've been trying to go on that journey and try to figure out all of that as well. So I'm not new to this, but I'm also exploring the authentic self, and I've talked about that quite a bit on Survivor Girl, and I hope that you guys have checked that out as well, because it just truly means being comfortable with yourself. I have struggled a lot with worrying about what other people are thinking about me, what they're saying about me, all these different things, and not so much as now. I still have those issues, but before I struggled with that a lot. Now I play that assumption game and I wonder what people are thinking and what they're talking about and how they're feeling, instead of actually trying to have that communication open. Sometimes that's tricky. Sometimes it's hard to have those kind of conversations and have that open communication with people because you're not really sure about how they're going to respond. But one of my things that I kind of feel is it's not so much as I'm not sure what people are going to respond. Just sometimes I don't feel like I want to get into that. Sometimes I don't feel like I want to put energy into something like that, because I worry too much, and then I try very hard to stay away from the negatives and all those kind of things that are stressful. But we all get to make those choices too. If you decide that that's something that you don't want to do, is have that conversation, you can wait and have the conversation if that makes you feel better, or when you have a clear head. I think that's most important too. As if you're going to have any kind of conversation that you think might be heated, to kind of lay low for a minute and then have that conversation when you feel like you're not going to say something that you're going to regret, or have that whole conflict or whatever going on. So I deal with some of that stuff, but I'm trying to get away from it, and I'm learning, I guess, more or less lately. I have been kind of just staying to myself and working on myself. That's not always an easy thing, because I used to think that that was super selfish, but it's really not. We've talked about this several times, I know, on Survivor Girl, but it's important to understand that taking care of yourself is important, because if you want to level up in life and you want to get to an older age, you want to be able to take care of yourself and love yourself and get to that point. So, self care, you can't help anybody else out if you're not helping yourself out first and foremost. It's the whole adage of filling everybody else's bucket, but not having enough to continue to fill up or have yours filled up as well. So, you just kind of have to learn how to navigate that. And that's still tricky, even at my age. It's still not easy to not do that, but I'm learning that piece, there's a certain piece with that, of being able to take care of myself and try to get on track. I have a schedule, a regimen, whatever I'm trying to stick to, and I know that that's important. I have to do that so I can continue to do stuff like this, and all the things that I love to do and explore. And I'm hoping that everybody else is kind of along that line. But I had a really interesting conversation today. Hold on, excuse me a minute for water, which is also important, by the way, which I struggle with. But I had a very interesting conversation today, and it was very, very early in the morning when I had this conversation. But I'm looking at the silver lining of everything that I have discussed on Survivor Girl. I've talked about the situation of kind of how it came to be Survivor Girl, how I came to be Survivor Girl. And I look back at that, and today, like, I've thought about this before, but this morning I really just, it hit home to me that the silver linings of everything that I've experienced and the trauma and whatnot that I've gone through have really brought me to where I'm at right now, to what I'm doing here with Survivor Girl and all of that stuff. And I think about, okay, if these certain things wouldn't have happened, would I still be doing this? Would I be here? Because I don't think I could be. I couldn't, if life would have continued on how it did and I didn't experience the things that I have, I wouldn't be Survivor Girl right now. I wouldn't be here talking to you guys. I don't know what I would be doing. Or maybe I would. Maybe it would be something else. But I'm trying to think of all that. And it just kind of hit me, like, kind of blew my mind this morning when I went, wait a minute. All of this stuff, yeah, it sucked. It was hard. It was very hard. But I'm here. And I'm doing this because of what I've experienced. So there's a silver lining, and I know that's not always easy to see. When you go through situations, and there is grieving in all kinds of different situations, whether it's losing a loved one or your life has been changed upside down from cancer, disease, or any kind of illnesses. There's all kinds of things that your life can be turned upside down by. But when you stop and you think about it, you do kind of grieve what you thought you were going to do and who you thought you were going to be. And then after you go through those phases of grieving, you go, okay, now what is it that's my new journey? Like, what do I do now? What is it that I'm going towards? And I feel like, man, if I think about all of it, it was hard. So many tears, anger. I went through all of the phases of grief, all of the things that you face with grieving. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, because Lord knows that's not the truth. I still deal with a lot of different things with, emotions. Emotions are something that I'm learning how to embrace a little bit more, and to understand it and feel all the things that I need to feel about it. It's a lot different for me now, because I talk about some of my stuff with some of my closer people, and obviously I talk with you guys. I try to be very open and honest, but I don't constantly go at the same thing with when I'm speaking and the things that I'm facing. It's been interesting though. Opening that opened my eyes this morning. I I'm not saying that I'm thankful for all of the hard things that have happened, but I'm also trying to embrace that it happened. I can't change any of that stuff. I can't go back and make it right. I thought about it, when my mom was sick. I lost valuable time with that because I wanted to fix her, and it wasn't up to me. I couldn't fix her, but I tried. I wanted to. I researched and I did all this stuff that I tried to. Mom, you should go here. You should do this. They're good with cancer patients, and they've done this for other people, and they've done this, and I tried to fix her because at that time that's what I thought I needed to do. And I know I'm not the only one that probably has felt that way, with somebody that you love that's sick and is going through something. I know I'm not the only one that's felt that way. So I think about all that. I think about the things that I've faced and the things that I've gone through, and I'm here now because of what I went through. And I watch everybody else that is going through something, and I watch them trying to rise up and get their footing. After you go through the grief and all the stages, and you go through all the things, and you try to figure out what your next step is and who you want to be and what you want to do now. I watch them get back up on their feet, and it's incredible to see that. We're not Any of the people that I run with are not perfect. My friends, my family that I have in my circle, none of us are perfect. We've all faced so many different things, and there's some things that we don't talk about that we've faced in the past. But we all know that we're here to support and try to help each other continue to keep moving forward. And it's not always that. Not everybody has that family, those friends, that circle to be able to confide in and trust. And if you've gone through traumas and things that you've faced, sometimes you don't know how to trust people after you've gone through things and you've been hurt, and you don't know how to open up because it's vulnerable. This is vulnerability. Sitting here in front of all of you and telling you, the things that I probably don't even talk to half of my biological family, my family and some of my friends. I open up about a lot of things, and I'm thankful. I'm thankful to have this platform, and I'm thankful that you guys come to join me because, like I said, I feel like being able to be vulnerable with you shows you that even if you have gone through traumatic situations and have faced these things, that you can continue to move forward. And even if you have moments where you feel like you can't, the next day you can usually, and you get back up, and man, is that triumph. That is incredible. When you don't give up even though you feel like you want to, or you take that pause and you breathe and you take your moment, and you my mom used to say, it's okay to feel what you're going to feel. You can stay there, but don't you can't stay there. You can take your time. You can have a day if you need to rest and just kind of do your thing, but don't stay there. Get up, because the next day is going to be a different day, maybe a better day, maybe not. Maybe you're continuing to put the gloves on every day and you're tired. Maybe that's what you're facing. But at some point, those gloves will be able to come off, and you'll be able to be happy and be proud of yourself for all the things that you have fought through, the things that you have gotten up off the ground for. I mean, we're all human, and we go through things, and what somebody else is facing doesn't mean that we're facing it, doesn't mean that we're ever even going to understand it. I don't understand half the things of the people that I love that go through the things that they face, but I try to understand the best I can. I try to be there for them when I can, and but I continue to also take care of myself too, so I'm not drained and I'm not trying to fight to keep myself going as well. So, it's again, this is looking at the silver lining, looking at those things, and being appreciative for it. The gratitude that I have, it's kind of funny, but I'm learning all the different kinds of things with gratitude, and I even thank the person that harvests the coffee beans for my coffee in the morning because I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for, I didn't think about it. A lady stopped at my booth and was looking at my jewelry that I make, and she was talking about a friend of hers that is from the Czech Republic, and she makes those glass beads, those beautiful tiny little beads that sometimes I grumble at when I'm making my jewelry because I drop them a million times. But I never thought about like all of the things that it goes into making just one of those tiny little beads, and their love for doing that job and for making those things. You know, I'm after she talked to me about it, I was very thankful about that part of it because I never thought about it. We all play a part in this life. No matter what it is or what job it is that you do, we all play a part that makes this world go around. We all do something that makes this world go around. And I think that that's huge. You know, when you're thinking that you don't do stuff and you're trying to beat yourself up and bully yourself up like we talked about last week, like what is it that you do that helps make this world go around? What are you doing? And is it important to, if you're not there to do that job, that's important. What are you missing out with if you don't continue to keep on moving forward? And I'm not saying that just because you do a specific job that you can't move forward and you can't advance and you can't do the things that you love in your life. I'm learning how to do the prioritizing and trying to get my life in order and balanced. And you'd think I would probably kind of have a little bit of a handle on that being 40, almost 41, but I don't. I don't. I'm trying to embrace I don't want to say the hot mess that I am because I've kind of graduated from that a little bit. I still have my kinks and my quirks and the things that that some people go, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?" And I'm still learning that though. And I say, "Well, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out." But I instead of saying I'm sorry, I say thank you. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for talking with me about that. Thank you for being patient with me. Thank you for not understanding what it is, but for still loving me no matter what it is that we're not understanding. You're not understanding about me. Instead of saying sorry, sorry has been a big word in my vocabulary throughout my life. I still catch myself doing it now, and I'm trying really hard to not do that because I'm not sorry for me. I'm not sorry for being myself. I may be sorry if I do something that hurts somebody else. Obviously, I'm not cold hearted and, I do care. I care a lot. That's the problem is I care so much. But getting away from that word, I'm sorry, and saying these thank yous instead. It's very eye opening. It's very invigorating too, and it's kind of like you can take that breath and be okay. All right, I can do this. I can stop saying I'm sorry. Some people I've known have a like a swear jar kind of thing for the word sorry, and I probably would have filled that thing up before, but I'm learning. I'm learning how to say thank you instead of I'm sorry. Thank you for your patience. Just try that this week. I want you to try, if you are somebody that says I'm sorry a lot, try saying thank you instead. Thank you for waiting for me. Thank you for understanding I'm a little late, but I'm here. Thank you for that. Another thing too that I'm trying to learn is hard. It's too hard. It's hard to get my water in. It's hard to get my exercise in the morning. It's hard for this and that. It's hard to do this. It's hard to keep up. Instead of saying it's hard to do this, and I've caught myself saying I'm trying. Now I'm trying. Somebody pointed out to me. One of my close friends said, "Stop saying the word try. Do it. Do it. I am doing this. I am here. I am getting up. I am getting my water in. I am working out. I am, changing the word. Like, that goes hand in hand, I think, with the way that we talk to ourselves and how we talk to others, but also trying to get your motivation too. Like, who here does not struggle with that part of it? Motivation sometimes is hard. It's hard. And when we're trying to do, Sarah said it, it's hard. See you guys? So this week, I'm going to try. I am motivated. I am getting up. I am on schedule. Because it was great because I've talked about Jen Sincero a million times on this podcast and outside of this podcast and anywhere else I can yell it about her. She has actually another new book out. It is Badass Habits. Yeah, Badass Habits. But if you guys do not own her book, she's got You Are a Badass Every Day, You Are a Badass, You Are a Badass at Making Money, and now Badass Habits. I think is it might be there is I think another like a little pocketbook one too. But you can go on to Amazon and you can order all four of those books for 30 something, I believe it is, like 36. And I'm not sure if Prime's available on it, but I listened to her audiobook and she reads this book and it is incredible. I try to recommend it when anybody says, "Hey, I'm looking for a book." Like usually that's my go-to because I'll be honest with you guys, that's kind of what threw me into also doing this podcast is because she had just went out and went, "Okay, I'm living life, I'm doing this and this is what's happening." And she got rid of a lot of her stuff. Just like sold off her stuff and is now traveling. Yep, four pack. Is that on Amazon? Tony's looking it up for us, so okay, so there is one on eBay. There are some on Amazon, but I do know I did go to Barnes and Noble yesterday, and they do have the book available there. It was, I think, I want to say it was like 26 in store. So look around. I know we all do our shopping and we go different places or whatever it is that you support or how. For me, it was easiest to go, oh, there's a 4 pack of books on Amazon for like whatever price. So if you guys get a chance, check that out. She has desk calendars, all kinds of different stuff. She really has an awesome brand with You Are a Badass. 4 books for 40 bucks. Okay, so I was on Amazon. Okay, does it have Prime available? Okay, I'm taking a drink while he's looking at that. hmm Okay, so you guys can check that out. I'm sure too. There's also like the library where you can do the interchange, interloan or whatever it is. We have that available here. I don't know if that's available where you guys are from, but check into that. I absolutely loved it. I think there's a workbook too that she has. It's incredible series. Yeah, it's an incredible series. I told Tony about it. He started listening to it, and like I said, anybody I can talk to, I oh, there's a planner too. Okay. Yep. Okay. So there's different things that you guys can check out for Jen Sincero. I dig that lady. I think she's awesome. If you get a chance to listen to the audiobook, she reads the audiobook herself. It's funny. It's definitely easy to follow along with and to listen to. I think I've actually listened to it several times because I love how well she put this book together and how she presents it. And for me, when I start to hit a wall with my motivation and different stuff, that's when I try to pick it back up again because I go, wait a minute. It's not easy to look in the mirror and go, hey, you are a badass. What are you doing? It's not easy sometimes to get yourself into that motivation. So I guess it's really just trying to find what it is that helps you to get motivated and to stay motivated. And if you have to revisit it, revisit it. Who cares? Whatever it is to keep you motivated and going. Now, I'm not telling you to get out there and to be going like at warp speed 24/7 every single day because guess what? We need to rest. You can rest and don't hate on yourself when you need a day off to rest. Mental health is huge. A mental health day is okay. And I think I'm starting to see more and more that businesses are starting to offer that as well as needing mental health days because it's important. If you're going all the time, when are you taking care of that? I find a lot too, like when I used to work a lot of hours, I'd get like one day off. And where I work at now, seasonally, I have the option to work all these hours. I think this season coming up, I might not go full tilt like I have in the past, but there's the option to add those hours on. But I'd get the one day, and then what's going on in that one day? What am I doing? I'm playing catch up on laundry and whatever else that I haven't done. Well, I'm lucky to have somebody at home that will do that stuff, but the things that I have to do, like I have to put every single appointment all in one day and try to catch up. That's madness. Don't do that to yourselves. There's got and the people out there that have kids, Like, I gave you guys a round of applause because I don't know if I could handle all that, all trying to do it all in one day. So, you guys out there doing all that stuff, I give you huge props. And, not that you're asking me to do that or anything, but I'm just saying, like, trying to navigate that and have motivation and to take care of your health and everything else that's going on, in your home. Wow. Okay, I can understand why you want to sit on the floor, cry in the closet with a bottle of wine or whatever it is that you feel like you need to do because you're at that. Oh, I'm not judging anybody. I'm not judging anybody. You guys. I'm not judging anybody that has to gone through these because I go through a different thing like that. What do you got from experience you guys have done? Okay, see, like I've done that without the bottle of wine or the kids in the closet crying, but however, I've been there. But I don't know, I don't see that part that you guys face. Parents, all of the things that you go through. And then when you have your kids that are in the teenage years, I've watched a lot of you want to pull your hair out and wave the white flag, call it quits, all these things. Like I don't see that. I haven't experienced that. So, for me, it's different. It's a different journey. Like I said, we all are on different journeys. I talked about that last week with how our friends are all on different journeys. We're all facing different things and still trying to make our footprint and to do what we're supposed to do. And like I said, we're all part of this big wheel of this world trying to do the things that we're doing and trying to make ourselves our lives better, get that motivation and try to make ourselves and our health better. But it's hard sometimes because like I said before, for me, I'm like, Tony has a saying of people like to ice skate uphill. Like, I felt like I was that hamster on the wheel trying to catch my tail or whatever, or the dog that's always trying to catch the tail because I was always like, oh, what's this person thinking? What's that person gonna say to me because I did this? That's insanity. People are gonna think what they want. People are gonna have their opinions of what they want. Okay, okay, because I have my opinions too. Shouldn't make. I don't want you guys to stop doing your stuff just because I might be like, well, I don't like that coffee that person gets, or he drinks tea, so we're not friends. Just apples to oranges, whatever. Like, I'm just saying, we all have our own opinions, right? Right. We all have our own opinions. We all have thoughts. We all judge each other and ourselves. Come on now. This isn't lying on Survivor Girl podcasts and fibbing. We're not fibbing tonight. But I'm just saying, I know you guys are having a good time with us tonight, which I'm glad. I'm glad. But I'm just saying though, we're not all, we don't have the book. there's not a book. Survivor's Guide to whatever it is that you specifically are facing. This is not one size fits all. It's not even one size fits most. It's different for everybody. We all are on a journey for ourselves. And I think last week I talked a little bit about that, being patient with your friends that are on a journey and to be excited and celebrate these things for, what they're doing, as long as they're not hurting anybody, obviously. That makes sense. But we can even if we don't appreciate or not appreciate, sorry, hold on, even if we don't understand what it is that they're going after, doesn't mean that we can't cheer them on and be proud of them. And also, here's another thing: they're off doing their thing, and you're celebrating them. That gives you time because they're doing their thing to do your thing. Work on ourselves. I felt like there's been times in my life where I've watched people be so, here's the new word, the new salty word. I don't think that's new anymore, but I've watched people be so mad and so upset because somebody is doing something that they're not doing and they want that they're spending so much time being angry that this person is advancing and they're still sitting down here not advancing because they're too busy being angry about this other person getting their life and doing their thing. No. Stop that. Get on it. Do your thing. If that's what you want, don't be over here being frustrated at that person because they're doing the work. Be proud of them. And then be proud of yourself when you do your thing. Ah, that drives me crazy. It is. I always like, I have people that are constantly going, okay, what are you up to now? What are you doing? Why are, Tony always jokes about me going to take ice cream to the moon. I mean, it could happen. Hey, Elon, I messed that up. Elon Musk, get at me. No, I'm just kidding. But he's always talking about me like getting onto this next adventure, and I'm always like, okay, what am I doing now? Just because I'm excited. I'm excited though. Like, Tony, I'm gonna put you. You have the mic on tonight. You do. Okay. So before farmers market, he came up. Me and Don were sitting there talking, and Tony showed up, and he gave me this dragonfly, and it hit me though. Like, it hit me in the feels. I'm gonna talk about this because he gave me this metal dragonfly, and it has like a little ribbon on it, and there's a little saying on the bottom about second chances. I'm trying to think of it fully. Um, what was the second chance part?
Every day is a second chance.
Every day is a second chance, which is so true. Okay, if anybody knows me, dragonflies obviously are my thing. And I really messed this up bad. Is that any?
You're good.
Is that good?
You're good.
Okay. There's that excitement, people. But anybody that knows me knows dragonflies are a huge thing. It was a thing between me and my mom. Listeners that are listening, you guys know this too. So he handed me that, and I went, "That's appropriate in so many ways." And he agreed, and that's why he gave it to me, obviously. But seriously, second chances. I pray that so many people don't have to be there. Don't have to go to something that they went, wow, that could have taken me out. But all of us are here, and we all know that at some point in our life, that's that. We don't know when, we don't know any of that, and I'm not trying to get down on this sad, none of that. But I hope that you guys don't face something like that, like cancer or anything like that, that threatens you, that's going to take you out before your time. Because don't wait for that to have a second chance. Don't wait for that kind of trauma or that kind of thing to do your thing, to stand up, get motivated, and move forward. It's that has been a huge motivation for me. I've talked about that before in the past as well. I was just complacent in a 9 to 5 job. I wasn't happy at. I was just going through the motions of waking up, working that third shift, getting home, and that was that. That was where I was at. And it's funny because I think back 7 years now, I don't know that woman anymore. I have no idea who that person is. I have no idea who that person is. And I feel for her. I think that's what I think. Like, my heart goes out, and I truly feel for her. And I don't even recognize her anymore at all. And I'm not talking about the weight loss part of it. That, yes, that was another big, huge thing that I decided to go for. But, when I was having that conversation this morning about silver linings and how my life has changed in the past 7 years, and the things that I've come to, like, I'm still obviously going to keep on figuring it out. Tony's favorite saying, throwing it to the wall, seeing if it sticks. Like, that's true. I'm probably going to continue doing that too. But I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm actually going to breathe, because that was another thing. I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to take in life. I'm going to take in what I can and enjoy it. Yes, I'm going to continue to do the podcast. I love doing the podcast. That's part of who I am now. Music is part of who I am. Grumbling about exercise, that's part of part of who I am. No, but I want to be in that point, that part. We all know there is Crystal LeFay. I like to bring her up from time to time. She is somebody that has made an impact in my life. She lives out loud. She lives in color, and she does not care what anybody else thinks of her, because she's not harming anybody. She's doing her thing. She does photo shoots all the time with her husband that are incredible, and just does it. just because that's what she feels in that moment and that's what's making her happy. And I support that. I support that 100%. Like I said, if we're not harming or hurting anybody, go out and have fun. There was a little video that I seen on Facebook of these ladies in their 40s that were going around in those like blow up unicorn dinosaur all these different like blow up costumes, having fun, just dancing out, doing the thing. Live it. Do it. Why not? Are you hurting anybody? You might like watch out for traffic. Make sure that you're not causing any of that issue. But I mean seriously, if it's something that you want to try, figure it. See how you can do it. You know, if you've got friends to get together and do this thing with you, go for it. If that helps you to make lower the cost because sometimes money is a factor, see how many people you can get together to go out and have fun and split the cost. Have dinners. Enjoy that. Have conversations. You know, I know I talked at the beginning. There's sometimes we just can't have the conversation, but have conversations. You know, I'm not good at always constantly checking in on people. I'm not always good at that. That's not who I am, but I care and I love people, and you know, I try to give that back when someone checks in on me. I try to do that as well. You know, I kind of laugh because life is weird. It's super weird. We find our people. Sometimes it takes a lot longer than we think, but it's weird because you find people and you're like, I like that person. I think I could do cool stuff with that person. You know, or there's sometimes like, not to throw you under the bus, Dawn, but when Dawn and I first met, I didn't think we had anything in common. Like, I thought we had some stuff in common, obviously, but I was just like, I don't know really what to talk about. I don't really know, what to say. Usually I can just be like, oh, music, I like music, and we can talk about that for hours, whatever. But I didn't know at first. I never, some stories you hear of people when they meet somebody, they're like, yeah, I thought you were a total whatever. And I never felt that way about Dawn. I think I always had a place in my heart for her. And anybody that knows, Dawn is, she's executive assistant for Survivor Girl. Yeah, incredibly amazing. She shows up, she's there, and she's became my sister. I'm not gonna get teary, not doing it. But in the beginning, I didn't know. Don't throw that at me. In the beginning, I didn't know how to have a conversation, which is weird because I talk all the time with people. Strange. But when we started talking, like the weird foods that I like, she likes too. A lot of the same stuff. And now we're like so much closer, and we do stuff and we hang out and all these things, and we both are seeing the vision to continue to helping each other grow, and it's beautiful. That's like a beautiful thing when you find people. But like at first I was like, I don't know and I think I even told Tony, I'm like, I don't know what to talk about, like I don't know. And then just talk to her, and I did. Is that what you said? Okay. I'm like, did I say that? Is that how I've seen it? Is that how it works? But I mean, sometimes it's just getting to that point, and then when you start talking, you get to find out. You're like, whoa, you like the same, like you like a lot of the same stuff. You're weird like me. No, just kidding, just kidding. Oh, she agrees. But I'm just saying, like, we get so caught up in our thoughts and our worries. That's strange that I ever thought like I was nervous about talking to somebody that is now so close to me as family. And it's have a conversation and throw it at the wall, see if it sticks. Just I guess what I really want to talk about, like the point I want to bring to you guys tonight is don't let your insecurities hold you back, because you miss out. You miss out a lot. I think for the 15 years before my weight loss surgery, I don't know if I have very many pictures of what I used to look like. If I did, it was from up here, and like this, so you didn't see all of me. And that bothers me. That hurts my heart that I was just that insecure about myself that I didn't want to be involved in a lot of stuff. I kept myself back from doing things. Heck, before we did this show, I didn't even want to be on camera. Before I had my surgery, I didn't even want nothing to do with camera. I didn't want nothing to do with being in front of people. I didn't want any of that stuff. And now it's like, I'm out. I'm out and about. I'm doing my thing. But I don't want you guys to miss out on that just because you're insecure about something about you. How can you love yourself better this week? What's something that you can look forward to loving yourself about? What are some of the good qualities that you have that you can focus on and be proud of yourself? Write it down. What are you what are you proud of yourself for? What do you love about yourself instead of what do you not like about yourself? You have a list of 1,000,001 things, I'm sure. I'm sure I could. But let's focus on what do you like about yourself? What are you proud of yourself for? And even if you want to get and dig even further, what are some of your toxic crap that you're holding on to that you want to navigate through? We're all toxic at one point, but what are you doing to improve yourself? What are you doing to get forward, to move forward? You know, I've tried to learn how when somebody comes at me telling me something to go, okay, what is the validity of this? Okay, well, am I being toxic in this part? What is my role that I'm playing in this? Okay, what do I need to work on for myself? Do it? What is the best thing that you can do? We work on projects at home. We improve our homes. We put all of the lovely things that we like in our spaces, the things that we collect, the things that make us happy. Why can't we do that to ourselves? Why can't we be the project and work on ourselves? What is it about yourself that makes you happy? What are you proud of? What are some of your flaws that you actually enjoy or that you don't even notice, but you're like, oh yeah, I do have that. Weird. You know, for instance, guys, I've never claimed to be perfect, and I tell you guys that over and over. If you didn't meet me in person, you wouldn't know. I'm pigeon-toed. I'm serious. I walk pigeon-toed, especially when I get tired. I could trip my own self with my own feet. You know, I'm 5'1". After weight loss surgery, I have saggy skin and stuff. I do. But you know what? I love myself. Well, thank you. I love myself. I have dimples in my butt cheeks. Not that you want to know that. And my legs. I have stretch marks on my arms of all places. I have scars for days from all the things that tried to kill me, but I'm still here. But what good is it gonna have for me to sit here and go, oh my god, my stomach is hanging over my pants. I hate myself. No! Get your butt up and work on it. Love yourself and all of your flaws. You beautiful hot mess. Take care of yourself and love yourself. Embrace it. Because guess what? When you meet up with your friend, do you think that that's what they're looking at and that's what they're thinking of? No. Until I pointed out, nobody has no idea. You guys didn't. Whatever. I talk about it with you guys. But if I'm going out to hang out with a friend, is that what they're thinking about? No, you know what they're probably thinking about? All of the flaws that they have that they're afraid I'm going to notice. Stop it. Seriously, though. Really. Seriously. If they love you and they're your people, they love you because you're their people. So why don't you love yourself? Because guess what? Everybody else is too busy worrying about the flaws that they have of themselves. So stand up. Take care of yourself this week. Embrace those flaws. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your surroundings. The beautiful places that you've created at home, your sanctuary, whatever it is that you love. Get out of your way. Embrace any of those flaws. Because guess what? Now is the time to live. And I've talked about this, guys. It's not easy. It's not easy. And the time that we're wasting on trying to wear the right clothes to hide the things that we don't want other people to see that we only know about, you're wasting time. Stop wasting your time. Don't take it for me. Don't take my words just because I'm on YouTube talking about this right now. You guys, I'm not sitting here trying to run you down. I'm trying to help uplift you. I'm trying to help you to stop sucking your gut in and trying to hide your gut when you're around your people or other people. Because you know what? There's been times that I have met somebody and I thought, wow, I like, she's got herself together. Her outfit's cute. Her hair is adorable. She is doing everything right for herself. Same way with the guy. His music's awesome. He's doing this. He's got this going on. Wow, he matches. Awesome. And then I find out when I get to talking to them that they're insecure too. That they worry about what other people are looking at and thinking, and I'm like, really, you? How are you worried about what other people are thinking? Because you've got everything, from what I can see, you've got it all together. All right. Okay. I got your number now, but okay. No, seriously though. I mean, this goes on with the bullying thing that I talked about last week, my friends. Talk about all these different things. Like Survivor Girl was about surviving cancer, adrenal BS. Everything else that I've faced and have gone through. Losing my mom, losing Zach, anything else you want to name. Survivor Girl, I've talked about that being part of Survivor Girl, but what about surviving ourselves? Right? It's a huge order. And when you start digging, sometimes it's hard. It's worse. Okay? I recommend, and this is not, you don't have to take my word for it, but if you are wanting to fix some of the toxic traits and some of the things that you don't like about yourself, for me, therapy is the best. Again, that works for me. It doesn't mean that it's going to work for everybody. But when you're digging deep in those kinds of things, remember that, because it can bring up a lot of stuff. And I've unpacked a lot of things so far. But I want you guys to focus on loving all of the flaws, all of the things that you like about yourself, the things you're proud of, the things that you're celebrating, the things that you're doing, just to keep on moving forward in your life. You know, I want you guys to focus on that stuff. I want you to be proud of yourselves, even if it was just surviving the night, because that's huge. Honestly, if you've been there, that's huge. I've seen people that have gone through wanting to not be here anymore and are still here and trying to navigate how it feels to feel kind of whole after going through that and not wanting to be around. Their stories are incredible. It hurts to hear because some of them you never expected. Because now you meet them and you're like, wow, you went through that. Just because we have a moment where we feel like that's that and we're done. I've been there, I've said I'm done, wanted to quit. I'm not telling you that you're going to find the silver lining tomorrow. It doesn't happen overnight. It's been 7 years, and today I woke up and went, man, if I wouldn't have had cancer and went through all those traumas that I went through in the past 7 years, I wouldn't be doing this. Okay, so there you go. It's not going to happen overnight. But what can you do this week, though, to start loving yourself more? I'm not going to go back on the whole bullying thing. If you guys want to go back to watching that episode, I recommend, go ahead and doing so. But I want you guys to do your research. Don't take what I say, just, take it with a grain of salt for sure. Because I'm human too, and I'm not professional. I mean, I've got a certificate in I have a certificate in first aid, mental health, but I'm not a trained professional or whatnot. So again, I'm speaking from my heart. Things that I wished I kind of would have figured out a little bit sooner, but I'm hoping that you guys can take this with you, and this week move forward with embracing all of your flaws. Embrace your flaws. figure it out. If it's something that you truly want fixed in your life, do it. No more, it's too hard. No more, I'm going to try. Just do it. One step at a time, one foot in front of the other. It may take you a year. It may take you less than that. It may take you more than that. But at what point in time are we going to stop and say, I'm a priority? This is important to me. To me. This is what I want for myself. We need to start doing that. Again, all of you that have children and you work a 9 to 5 or you work several jobs to try to make ends meet, I know this is not going to be an easy task for you. But please, at some point, when you're doing those jobs and you're working and you're with your kids, remember that you are important. And what you're doing is important. And with that being said, continue to find and embrace you. Celebrate you. I guess that's kind of where I'm at with all of that. So I'm going to go ahead and give some shout outs before I end the show. I want to tell you guys about my journey with Dr. Katie Gremmel here in Cairo. I do a holistic doctor. Tony goes to the same holistic doctor. We are on this health journey. And it's something that's here for us, and you guys can check it out. Maybe you're not. I'm thankful to say that Survivor Girl is around the world now. That is huge that you guys are sharing and I'm getting out there further than just the United States. It's incredible. So if it's something that you're looking into, obviously I do recommend getting in touch with a doctor. We see a holistic doctor here in Cairo. You guys can check them out at Dr. Shelson's. Here, Tony, can you jump on the mic and tell them this part for me?
Yeah, you can go visit either Dr. Matthew Shelson at Shelson's Natural Health, 21 North Ulmer Street, Carroll, Michigan, 48723. Or you can see Dr. Katie at Shelson's Natural Health and get a hold of her at 855-672-2600.
All right, thank you for that. So yeah, do some research in your area. Try to see if you can find a doctor like that, or get online, whatever it is. Continue to search for physicians for mental health if that's something that you're wanting to try to improve. Because I said there's a lot of baggage that we've all faced in our lives, and part of that is they actually can help with that as well. So I'm really enjoying that part of this journey because I have been doing a lot better with the anxiety and the stress and all that different stuff because of the remedies that I'm getting from my natural health doctor, excuse me. So yeah, that's something else to look into. Don't forget to check out the books. I don't know what it is, but at this point in my life, I am definitely in search of those kind of books where I'm learning how to keep on moving forward and getting myself continuing, because I'm not looking at next month as I'm going to be 41. Like, I'm excited about it. I don't feel that age, but I'm excited because I kind of feel like I'm starting to be like a kid again and just having fun and enjoying and seeing everything. And that's kind of another reason why I wanted to bring this up tonight, you guys. The silver lining, finding what it is that you are thankful for about yourself and what you're loving. So with that being said, another shout out to Stone Cottage Farm of Mayville. They have an Etsy shop. Please check them out. Incredible goat milk soap. She is also another one of my sisters that I've come to find, not biological, but definitely somebody that is very dear and near to my heart. They have a lot of quality soap that is made with love, obviously, so go check them out. You can order your stuff on Etsy through them. Incredible people. I love to support like the farms and different things like that. It's very cool to have a community that supports one another like that. So if you guys get a chance, check those out. Again, we'll try to put out stuff to continue to keep moving forward this week. Work on loving yourself, finding the happiness, even if you do have flaws. Get some pictures taken. Stop staying out of pictures. Stop worrying about what other people are thinking, and please continue to keep on moving forward. And before we end the show, don't forget, my friends, life is best lived.